Hello, how are you? I hope you are well and yours are well too. I'm well. And today I'm going to talk about the few choices that you get when you start CFA program and you become your own boss. And particularly for those students who come from university background, they find it so pleasantly surprising. Here are the 10 choices that you get when you're studying for CFA program that you do not get in university. The first one is, when is the exam? That's an important question. Who's going to decide? You, because you are the boss. Your exam can be in November, your exam can be in February, your exam can be in May, August next year, or November next year with the same syllabus. So, same syllabus, you choose when should you appear in the exam, depending on your personal situation. Maybe you have a university commitment, maybe you have some other studies going on, maybe you have some business commitment. So, you can choose. You have the freedom, you are your own boss. Second, what if you register for example, for November 2024, and then you change your mind? Can you defer? Yes. CFN should allow you to defer. Why? Because you are your own boss in this. There is no one telling you what is right or wrong time to appear in exam. You decide. So you change your mind. So go for February. Go for May or August. Okay, that's one. So complete freedom. You are your own boss in this. Next is second freedom is how many pages you should read for CFA level 1. Well, if you enjoy reading, 3,000 pages, because that's the official curriculum. What if that's too much? Well, no problem. You can go with Kaplan Schweizer notes around 1,200 pages. Is that good enough? Yes, that's good enough. Many of my students have passed with 3,000 page studies. Many of my students have passed with 1,200 page studies. Okay. What about even 1,200 is too much? Can we study with less pages? Yes. There are other third party prep providers resources available, which are around 600 pages, or even this flow chart style summary that you can get 150 pages. Can you pass just by studying from 150 pages? Yes. Many of my students have done that. Kind of looks strange that some students are passing the same exam with 3,000 pages and some students are passing the same exam with just 200 pages. Well, yes, it is possible, but then you have to supplement it. So you are reducing the study. You're reducing how much you're studying, but you're increasing, for example, how much you practice. You are your own boss. You can decide. Or do you get practice questions from CF Institute? Yes, thousands of those practice questions. Are you supposed to do all of those questions? No. Entire. Is it possible to not practice and just study and pass? Yes. Is it possible to study less and do more practice and pass? Yes. So, what is the better way? Well, you are your own boss. You decide. You decide which one is better for you. Because I have seen thousands of students, and every student is unique. For some students, one approach works. I can help, but then it's your choice. So there is no requirement to study as far as CF Institute is concerned. On that exam day, they are not going to ask, have you studied 3,000 questions? No, they do not care. All they want to know is, are you ready for answering those questions? If you answer those questions correctly, that's all that is needed on the exam day. What about those thousands of practice questions? What if I have not practiced those questions? No problem, because that's your choice. Yeah. What about daily study? Will I have to study every day? No, not necessary. Can I only study on weekends? Yes. Can I only study on weekdays and enjoy my weekends? Yes. Can I study for only first 15 days of the month and then skip it because I have some kind of commitments in last 15 days? Yes. Can I cover more of a syllabus in the first 2 months because I'll get busy later? Yes. There's so many choices how to study. No one is asking you when to study. Do you want to study in the morning? Do you want to study in the evening? That's all your choices. You are the boss. You are your own boss in this. So no restriction of when to study. So many students find that pleasing because unlike university, no one is setting a schedule of weekly or monthly studies or quizzes and assignments. No deadlines. No, there is no deadline because you're your own boss. Um, Another thing, and I remember these are all that typically you do not find in university, and you students find this very very pleasant because they get the opportunity to be their own boss. Fourth, what if you do not like economics? I'm not saying that it's a bad subject or something. Well, but some students just do not like economics. Well, that's okay. Can you pass the exam level one without studying economics? Yes, theoretically. I won't recommend it, but yes. What if I do not like, for example, quantitative? Can I skip hypothesis testing? Can I skip, for example, regression analysis? Yes, theoretically, yes. As far as even should is concerned, all you need to do is score 70% overall. So if you can compensate, maybe you do not like economics, but you like financial reporting. So maybe you score such a high marks in financial reporting that it is okay to not score that high in economics or quant. So you have the freedom. If you like some subjects more than others, go ahead because each subject has its defined weightage. So it's unlikely that your exam will be like one half will be from economics. No, each subject has well-defined weightages, which means out of 180 questions, how many from economics, how many will be from financial reporting, you already know in advance. So what you can do is you can make kind of a budget. Okay, out of 180 questions, I need to answer 70% correct. So what I'll do is I'll try to answer more questions correct in financial reporting, and then that gives me freedom to not study economics that much. Yes, that's possible. Not in university, you can understand. In university, you get separate grade for separate courses, separate subjects. So if you do not do well in economics, you will get a low grade over there. And you cannot compensate it because you've done well in financial reporting. But in CFA does not care. So if you're good at financial reporting, you can use that to compensate for maybe you do not enjoy reading economics that much. Yeah, that's also first time. That's the fourth thing. The fifth thing is which teacher? Again, you are your own boss. Is it possible to pass without teacher? Yes. What if I start studying with a teacher and I do not like his style? Uh, can I switch? Yes. There's so many options available. You can study without teacher. You can start with a teacher, and if you do not like, you can switch. Plus, for example, I teach in session of 3 hours. Is it possible to watch it in 1.5 hour? Yes, speed up. Skip those parts where you feel comfortable. What if you want? Can you watch this 3 hour lecture over 6 hours? Yes, by maybe rewatching some section, by maybe pausing and for practice and then coming back to the lecture. You are your own boss because video lectures are available from all teachers, and you get the freedom to choose when to listen to teacher or if even to listen to a teacher. Again, that's your choice. Sixth, do you need to be better than that guy, that nerd? No, there is no such thing. You will be your own boss and you'll have to just score 70%. There is no one else to compete against. Theoretically, all can pass. Yes, if all can manage 70% plus marks, as far as CF Institute is concerned, one can pass. So there is no one else that you need to do better than. Oh, he's studying so much. Well, let him study. Maybe he wants to pass the exam with more studies. Is it necessary to study more to pass the exam? Not, no. There are many ways to pass. Remember, I'm not giving my opinion. I'm not a one student who has passed the exam and therefore I think my experience is the best experience. Not at all. It's 20 years of helping thousands of students and looking at various. I had also my opinions that how to study for the exam, but then I saw there are so many students who are able to pass the exam with different approaches. So now I know that there is no single way to pass the exam. And should you study for CFA program in London? Should you go try to get admission into a university? Or does it matter which university? No. Can you study for level one in one place? And yeah, complete freedom. Unlike universities, which want you to go to a place and then study. And as far as institute is concerned, yeah, you can study from anywhere, and you can appear in exam anywhere in the world. So whatever suits you. And so that was seventh. Eighth is that students find pleasantly surprising is that you won't be reading something that you'll be wondering, what's the point of it? Where does it apply? Everything you'll be reading, you will see in action. For example, interest rates going up, going down. Should people take mortgage or not? All of that information will be useful. Should you invest in stocks or not? Should you invest in property or not? You will be able to see that in action. You will be able to use that information right away. So that's another major benefit. There is no discussion of how this information was created, who created it, what was the history. No, whatever happened, here is where we stand today. This is what is the right way to do things. This is how people do things. And these are three ways to do things. There is some disagreement that which one is the right way to do. So all of that will be useful. Um, I heard sometime this, sir, I went to a mid-tier university. There is no such thing. That will be gone for the rest of your life. Once you pass the CFA exams, there is no such thing. I went to a mid-tier university. Um, there is no such thing. I have passed CFA exam. Oh, okay. Because there is no entry barrier, unlike other universities. You need to have money, you need to have good grades, you need to have high SAT scores, you need to have reference letter, nothing. CFA Institute does not require you to give any reference letter or what else you have done in your life. CFA does not care about that, or how good you were in your high school. Who cares about that? Nothing. All that matters is whether on that exam day you can answer those questions. Um, Finally, should you study for CFA exam in university while you're studying for something in university, or should you go for CFA program when you're doing a job? Again, you are your own boss. You decide. So I wanted to highlight these 10 uh, positive things that CFA student experience when they come from university background and they start thinking about, oh, this is so much liberating. There is so much freedom in this. And they start feeling that because they are being given choices, they can structure their study plan and they can structure their studies for CFA exam in a way that they have much better chances of passing the exam. So just wanted to share this because um, university studies are very different compared to studies that we have here for a CFA program. So just wanted you to be aware of this. See you in the next video. Take care.